I started with the fitness journey because there's this idea that if I can, fix my tangible world, my body, I can, fix what's hurting me or what's bothering me or, the problems that I have in my, daily life. And so I think it started that way, but then it sort of blossomed into more of a spiritual journey. It started with working on, things I can easily quantify, right? Strength, speed, rankings in a series, or how I finish in a race. Those are things that are easy to wrap your brain around. And so it starts there, but then it's, working through building self-discipline that you carry into all areas of your life. It makes me a better human. It helps me work through anxiety. But what else do you do with your free time, I surround myself by things that make me happy. And, just bringing back memories, trying to relive when I'm on the treadmill, close my eyes and pretend I'm on one of these beautiful courses. Addiction comes in a lot of different forms. Some people are addicted to work, they're addicted to money, they're addicted to social media, they're addicted to sex, food. Something that I struggled with, I actually picked it up as a coping skill, but I struggled with eating disorders and body dysmorphia, and that's something that is very prevalent in female athletes and females in general. And I sort of woke up one day and said, I want a different life, and so I got a calendar for accountability. I went to the person in my relationship and started being more honest and asking for accountability, and decided, you know what? Stop feeling sorry for yourself. This is a choice that you're making every day. And so I, decided I wanted a different life. It's very rare for me to stand at a start line and say, I have to win this, or I want to win this. There's the part competing against myself and the clock, but then there is the part of me that's competing against the other women there usually. It can be a little intimidating sometimes in the pro waves or elite waves, and you stand around and look at some of the women around you and you're like, wow, this is who I'm competing against today.
Ladies of Savage Pros, are you ready? I'll say Savage, you stay ready. Get out of here!
The reason I love Savage Race is because sometimes my expectation is just to keep my band, because I have lost it there before. It doesn't matter how many times you keep it, you remember that time that you lost it, and that's sort of the appeal, right? If you fear an obstacle and you tell yourself you can't do it before you get to it, you're probably gonna fail. So I've had to learn, to train my mind to be a little stronger and, tell myself, okay, you're only gonna do this once today. When I first started OCR, the person I was dating was like, oh no, don't train too much, you're gonna look like a man. And I remember being like, okay, well, I'm gonna do this anyway. I'm not gonna stop working out because somebody doesn't like the way I look. I know that there's stigma out there. I think that more than OCR, I think it's, the stigma for women thinking that they can't lift weights because they're gonna look too manly. I think that bothers me more of, as a whole than anybody that has been critical to me. A lot of the obstacles you have to think your way through. And so it's about, okay, take some deep breaths, shake your hands out. Sometimes I have to tell myself it's not impossible, it's just hard. The first step of a goal with Savage Race is always to keep my band. Top 5 is what I go for. I get 4th place a lot at Savage. 4th place is like my spot in Savage, so I don't mind it. I like it because I know that I'm like, wow, there's only 3 girls ahead of me. And they're usually really badass chicks too, And then I'm like, there's a lot more behind me, so can't be mad about that.
Let's go, Rachel! Yeah!
Every race changes me just a little bit. It's physical, but so much of it's mental. I think people forget that just because I'm running maybe at a faster pace than what they run, they think that I'm doing it without doubt and fear. Because I may look physically strong, so maybe they think that I'm immune to, being a human underneath it. And I think that it can help people relate because they can realize that it's okay, to struggle with something and to be human. I've made a lot of connections with people when they realize we all kind of feel the same thing. We're all kind of human in the same way. It's okay to screw up and do some wrong things, and that you can literally any day, change that. You can wake up today and say, okay, well, I didn't like who I was yesterday, so I'm gonna be different today, and I'm gonna choose to do different things today.
Come on!
Top spot for today, coming in at 1 hour, 21 minutes, 33 seconds, 100% obstacle completed from Sandy Springs, Georgia. Come on up, Rachel Waters!
How's it feel?
I don't think you understand. I've been racing Savage for 5 years. So it's more than the one axe. It's all of the races it took to keep showing up and believe in myself and run my own race and know that if I keep working, one day I get one. So it was one of my big goals for 2021 was to win a Savage race, and I did it.
Y'all give it up, her first axe ever, Rachel Waters!
I can only share what I've been through, and by making myself vulnerable. And I have insecurities, and I have things that I don't like about myself, and all of that. But your life is your journey, and you've got to do what makes you happy, regardless of how it makes other people feel. They may not want to train that way or look a certain way, but it's ultimately your body, and if you're happy, then that's what matters.